Glenn Levitt was called to serve as a missionary in San Juan, Puerto Rico in March 1980. He loved the country, the food, the people, but he struggled to learn the language and to be able to teach the gospel. He saw other missionaries having success with the language, but not him. Then he was transferred to a new area. The missionaries stayed on an old estate once owned by a doctor, which the church now owned and intended to build on. It was large, it was fenced, and rife with vegetation and life. Elder Levitt said it reminded him of the Garden of Eden. However, Elder Levitt became discouraged over his inability to communicate in Spanish. He shared the following details with me. Quote, "So early one P-Day, I ventured out into the garden to pour my soul out to the Lord. It had been raining and the grounds were full of the rising mist, which made everything seem even greener and more beautiful in an almost magical way. I was reminded of the first vision with the birds singing and a slight breeze stirring the trees. I carefully looked all around me to make sure I was truly alone. Then I knelt down and began to cast my sorrows heavenwards, as tears rolled down my face and drenched my downtrodden soul. I told the Lord of my trials and troubles, how I only wanted to share my testimony and love with the great people of Puerto Rico. And did the Lord Almighty hear?" He continues, "The Spirit became so strong at that moment that my sorrows quickly faded away, and I truly felt the love and understanding of God. Then I suddenly sensed that everything around me had grown as bright as the noonday sun. Slowly, I opened one eye and then the other, only to realize on that cloudy day, the sun had just broken through the clouds, through the trees, and in a perfect column of light descended down to the very spot that I had chosen to pray. It was a miracle and proof to a humble missionary that if God could answer him in such a remarkable way, he could help him learn and understand Spanish. And he did. Elder Levitt said, "That spot, it became a sacred and holy place to me ever after." Elder Levitt went on to fulfill a successful mission and to this day speaks in love and praise of the people of Puerto Rico. Oh, and by the way, that sacred garden spot where his prayer was so profoundly answered, it's the new Puerto Rico Temple.